Oh, say can you see a Western Conference championship fought on U.S. soil. Early exits have plagued Everett in recent years, but with one of Junior's best between the pipes and an offense not to be overlooked, is this the Silvertips' year to go all the way? But in their way is the wild card from Tri-City. A preseason favorite, the Americans have gone unblemished through 2 rounds. WHL TV presents WHL in 30. Game 1, Americans and Silvertips, next.
Don't miss the hockey battle of the century. 4 teams will battle for junior hockey supremacy when the 100th anniversary edition of the MasterCard Memorial Cup comes to Regina, May 17th to 27th at Everett Place. And 2 game ticket packs are now available, making it easier than ever to witness hockey history 100 years in the making. Don't miss out. 2 game ticket packs now available at MasterCardMemorialCup.ca.
I look back on my time in the WHL very fondly, obviously because of the Memorial Cups, but not just because of that. The fact that I got to spend a lot of time with some good people, the Ginlas, the Doans, the bonds that you build, whether you actually play in the National Hockey League or you don't, last a lifetime. And the game of hockey and the WHL brought that forth, and the experience, whether we excelled or didn't excel, was the exact same for me.
Welcome back to WHL in 30. The action continues in our feature game of the week.
Energy picking up inside the building as we get set for Game 1 of the Western Conference Championship. Mike Benton with you, Justin Morrison as well. The Tips and Tri-City Americans all set for a best-of-7 series. Tips go left to right, and we are underway inside a charged Angel of the Winds arena. Tri-City flipped it behind the net. Carter Hart tossing it far boards all the way to center, as Isaac Johnson gives it away to Bykov, and the Tips reset back in their own zone. Up the left side, Christensen lays it back into the glove side corner of Patrick Day. He's a southpaw, keep in mind. And now Jake Bean along for Nolan Yaremko and leads it up the right wing. And Isaac Johnson's cross-ice pass is taken away, and the Tips quickly counter. Richards left wing dropped it for Fontaine, and a one-timer smacked out of play as that one hit traffic along the way. Battle as well with teams that have coaches but championships on their resume. Mike Williamson obviously in the WHL, and mention that Dennis Williams additionally with 1 championship in the Consolidated Sports family. That was back, of course, with the Amarillo Bulls in the North American Hockey League. It's Kyle Olson checked along the left boards, and now they roll it in front to Olson, and a save made by Carter Hart, who turned that away with a left pad and a rebound out of the right corner. Hart turns in his first big save of the conference championship. Late 2-on-1 Silvertips. Left wing, Pilon shoots, score! Garrett Pilon lets it fly. Just 1 minute and 5 seconds into period 1 of game 1. Number 7 of the playoffs on a snapshot beating Patrick Day from the left circle. It's 1-0 Silvertips.
How about that, Mike? From one end, Carter Hart having to make a really tough save as the puck just sort of popped right out in front of him to his right, stayed with it, made the save on Olson, and then the Americans could not keep the puck in the Everett zone. It sprung through the neutral zone. Great hustle out there by Dewar to get involved late. Pilon saw him, acknowledged that he could make the pass, but didn't, and fired it right past Day.
The Tips, by the way, are a perfect 8-0 when they score the first goal of a game in the playoffs. And not to suggest anything, but it gets them going pretty well when they can pop that first one, especially early. And Gianni Fairbrother angles it right side, and Bykov now forced back and deep in his own zone. The shots are just one apiece, the difference. The Tips converting on theirs. A 1-0 lead as now Bykov drags it left wing into the offensive zone. And now bumped it over to O'Rourke left circle. Dropped it back. Bykov, snap shot, save made by Patrick Day. And he hangs on with 14:50 to go in period 1. And the Tips keep this one on top, 1-0. Third time in the postseason that Tri-City has trailed on the first goal out of the gate. As now Isaac Johnson works it in left corner. And now work back to Johnson left side, around Wyatt Wiley, and now topping behind the net. Turns around, forehand bid, sent wide, post to post, and now Bishop kept it in from the blue line and spun around to the left corner. Batelli checked by Topping. Coming in now, left boards. Johnson and Wiley battling. As now Johnson left side, forced back toward the line. Lays it for topping into the corner, Valimaki. Pinching in and now fed it across to Yaremko at the right hash marks, and a sharp angle bid missed the net. Puck kept in by Valimaki. Left for Johnson, top of the circle. Centering toss to Valimaki, and a save made by Carter Hart. Got that one off the left arm, and a rebound taken away by Wyatt Wiley. 13:55 to go, and now Kindop to center. Colliding with Valimaki, able to dump it in though. And the Tips get a full change off here as Michael Rasmussen. Nearly pickpocketed by Riley Sutter at center, and there's going to be a penalty coming up on the Silvertips, and this is where they don't want to play with fire, because the Americans come in scorching hot on the man advantage at 47% here in the postseason. Coughlin to center, fed it left side for Yaremko, tripped up as he was tangled up with Garrett Pilon, as now Yaremko plays it behind the net, sends it all the way to the top, and Valimaki off to Coughlin on a one-timer, knocked down by traffic, and Wyatt Wiley got his boot in the way. Puck deflecting to the far boards, kept in Valimaki. Tried a quick cross-ice feed, but off of Connor Dewar. And down it goes, and Riley Sutter is out of the box. And now down the right wing. Johnson hits the brakes at the circle Silvertip zone and sends it back to Bishop and coughed it up. And here comes Bryce Kindop, racing all the way behind the pack on net. Save made by Patrick Day. And he hangs on with 11:22 to go in period one. A late breakaway for Bryce Kindop. In the Silvertip zone, Andre Vala leads up the left boards for Connor Dewar, who lays it back into the right corner. He pressures Gattenby, and a puck now taken by Pilon. As Dewar got a shot in the face, and a penalty coming up now on Tri-City. So 10 minutes and 10 seconds left. It's a high-sticking call coming up. Flip one now to the blue line. Davis left point feed to Fontaine. Return to Davis. To the right circle, Pilon. Behind his back, Dewar to the top. Davis, one-timer, blocked in front as he almost had Pilon wide open. And Dewar now pursuing right corner. Checked by Bean. Pilon controls, sends it back. Fontaine shoots and blocked by Maxwell James as that deflects out of play. Sutter's head man Christensen relays it left wing. Richards with speed, drives the net, forced wide. And now play by Kindop off the backboards to the top for Christensen. Return to Kindop and out of the right point. Wiley, left side, Kindop shoots and blocked by traffic. Wiley scoots it now in front off of Gattenby, and that one of the blue paint. Patrick Day covers up, and Tri-City back to full strength as we get a whistle. Here with 8:09 to go in period one. Mike Benton, Justin Morrison with you from the corner of Hewitt and Broadway. And Tips getting this barn rocking early on as now Tri-City coughs up. Here's Dewar in front, backhander, saved by Day, rebound deflection, score! It pinballed in from behind the net. It will go to Connor Dewar. 7:57 to go in period one. No quit by the Pitbull, who picks up number 5 of the postseason. It's 2-0 Silvertips.
Well, this is still early game one, Mike, and we've already seen the Americans commit some turnovers in their own end that have led to some opportunities. Right here, Dewar picking up this errant zone exit by Tri-City. Tried to, instead of snapping a shot quickly, tried to make it move, went to his backhand, couldn't elevate over the left pad of Day, but he threw it back in front. He had line mates that were coming to crash the net. Tri-City in their panic tried to bat it away, batted it into their own net.
That should be unassisted coming at 12:03. Heavy check at center, Tips recover. And now Bykov left side brought it in and a feed to the blue line for Kevin Davis. Chipped it down low to Richards, and a save by Day is behind him and just slugged wide. Being worked on by Sutter. Chipped it into the corner for Geekie, but now is being worked on by Jay Christensen. Geekie now forced up high, leaving it for Rasmussen. Open right circle, and a puck just rolls off his stick as he takes it in behind and stuffed one to the net, but covered up by Carter Hart. And the Tips goaltender hangs on now. With 3 minutes left in period one, he has only seen 5 shots on net, and the Tips at center move it ahead. Right wing Bykov lugs it into the offensive zone against Valimaki. Forced toward the corner. Goes low to high for Davis. Cross ice for Vala. His shot deflected. Bykov to the net. Save. Rebound just out of the reach of Fontaine. Now left side for Valimaki. Back to Bean looking up the middle. Denied by Riley Sutter. He now feeds up the left for Olsen. Checked down by Sutter against the boards. Olsen lays it in behind, and Rasmussen quick centering toss just out of the reach of Geekie. To the right boards, it's rolled back to Gattenby, who plays it behind the net for Rasmussen. Centering attempt is knocked off the net once more, and that will do it. The horn sounds, and the first period has come to a close.
More exciting WHL action still to come on WHL in 30.
They do everything like an NHL team would do with these young kids, and you know, that for me is, as a parent, is the most comforting thing, knowing that my child is taken care of.
Lasic, a one-timer, stop, rebound, score!
Down the line, if things don't work out, there's the, you know, the college education that these kids accumulate playing in the Western Hockey League. So, you know, if things don't work out, you know that you can always go back to school and go to university and get an education.
WHL TV presents WHL in 30 Playoff Edition. The road to the Ed Chenault Cup is underway. 16 teams embark on a journey towards WHL Championship glory. Tune in for all the key goals, hits, and saves in a marquee postseason matchup of the week. Be sure to follow WHL.ca for more information. WHL in 30 on Shaw TV, WHL.ca, and YouTube. Welcome back to WHL in 30. The action continues in our feature game of the week.
One shot. So they look to get something going now. Back they come into the zone. Geekie. Now being slot. Geekie with a shot, and he scores! Morgan Geekie continues the amazing streak.
And this red-hot man advantage continuing to produce for Tri-City. And Morgan Geekie as well, leading goal scorer. Already his 16th of postseason play as he converts between the circles, and the Tips lead chopped down to 2-1.
Well, then again, forget everything I said there, but Geekie getting an opportunity 3 times in this first 47 seconds of the power play. You can't give somebody that's that good of a goal scorer that many opportunities.
We're out of the right side tip zone, and Fontaine takes it away. Tips counterattack. Fontaine with speed into the offensive zone. Right side checked by Valimaki as he rolls it behind the net. And now Richards to Fontaine through one of the back, and a shot by Walker just deflecting wide. And a puck taken by Valimaki behind his own net. He leads up the right wing, and the Americans break out. Johnson gives it away to the Silvertip zone. Their brother pinballs it back to neutral and skated back in right side by Yaremko. To the corner and angles it to the blue line. Valimaki off to the right side for Topping. Now fed Johnson. Wrist shot, kick save by Carter Hart. Rebound picked up by Bykov, and the Tips control with now 17-14 to go. Lee toss at center. Bykov right wing brings it in. Centering for Richards, and the two tangled up. And back come the Americans on the attack. It's a penalty now coming up against the Silvertips. Left side, Rasmussen, a shot save made by Carter Hart. And a rebound touched up by Sutter up the right boards with 16:57 to go here in period 2. Valimaki to Topping, cruising in right wing. Silvertip zone hits the brakes now at the right circle. And spun around by Andre Vala as Valimaki worked it back, and now Geekie over to Bean left boards. His deflection up to the top for Geekie. Swung cross ice, but too far out of the reach of Valimaki. Then cleared back down by Andre Vala.
Now the Americans are a confident bunch. You can see them. They're willing to take some opportunities, make some blind passes. They were just a little off there, though, and the Silvertips used it to their advantage.
And Carter Hart gives it away, and a wraparound to Rasmussen, who scores. 16:05 to go in the second period, and a play the Silvertips will want to have back. A dump in behind the Silvertip net, off the stick of Carter Hart, and onto the awaiting Michael Rasmussen, who tucks in a forehand bid. It's a power play goal with 16:05 to go, and we're tied 2-2.
Now in the blink of an eye, they're back in this quickly.
In nearly the blink of an eye, it's tied up at 2. Now Rasmussen cross ice to Olsen, whose wrist shot is a save made by Carter Hart off the blocker. Puck clear back to center, and recovering is Bean to Valimaki. 14:58 to go. And the speed now amping up for Tri-City as they work it in. Into the right corner, Davis, checked by Bean. Now Davis collapsing on Geekie. The Americans cycle it down for Topping, left corner, who's checked by Andre Vala. To the left boards, Geekie. Left it for Topping. Turnaround wrist shot is low, and a kick save by Hart. Armless rebound to the right corner, and Sutter clears it up the boards and off of Jake Bean for a delayed offside. And Kevin Davis clears it back to center. Tips control, left wing Connor Dewar. Chip and chase around Coughlin. Left circle, pass in front, and just out of the reach of Sutter. Loose puck to the right boards, topping clears. Tri-City counterattack. Coughlin to Isaac Johnson left side. Dangles by one, shoots, and a save made by Carter Hart. Isaac Johnson turning in a spectacular move, but a better save by Carter Hart to keep it tied at 2.
Yeah, it was a huge save by Carter Hart. Shows you maybe he's got no ill effects after committing that turnover. Great left pad save.
Tips control right side. Fontaine into the zone. Centering for Bykov and tripped up, and a penalty coming up on the Americans. 13:51 to go in the second period as the Tips were skating downhill, so to speak. So it is the second power play for the Silvertips. Very good against Tri-City in the regular season. 12 of 32. As they work at left corner, Pilon to Bykov, and now to the half boards. Bykov hangs on. Whips it back left point, Pilon, and cross ice for Davis. To the right circle, Fontaine. Turns it into the corner. Dewar down to the front. Save made. Rebound is loose. Jamming away is Davis, who comes in, but covered up by Patrick Day. Now it's Connor Dewar from Bykov. Off right corner, Fontaine. To the blue line, Davis. Now walks in. Wrist shot, hit the pipe. Rebound in front, Dewar. And covered up by Patrick Day. Walking out toward the left circle. Centering attempt goes behind Pilon and rolled to center ice now with 9:44 to go. And Walker shoots it back in for the Silvertips. A 2-2 tie. Now Christensen gives it away. Johnson and Tri-City countering. Right wing, Johnson lays it behind the net. Check thrown on by Walker. And now taken by Sawchuk, who laid it right side. James in front now for Olcoin, and a save made by Carter Hart. The team's a 5-a-side. Sutter lead toss with speed. Richards right wing. Pulls up into the offensive zone. Save made. Rebound Christensen in front and overskates the puck. And thrown to center by Tri-City. Carter Hart lets it go to Walker. Up the right side for Bykov at center. Into the offensive zone. Bykov threw it in front and just out of the reach of Fontaine, but a save made. Christensen fires in front. Save again, and a rebound just dribbles wide. Gattenby up the right wing for Topping. Deflects it back in behind the net. And Carter Hart lets it go for the Silvertips. Gianni Fairbrother.
Yeah, some tired Tips out there right now. Good job getting it out of the zone. Need to get it down the ice to get some new bodies out there.
And now left side, Richards forcing it in off Sutter as they battle into the corner with 2:55 to go here in the second. Crowd picking up the noise. Left side, Richards. Centering toss. Pilon, score! His second goal this evening. 2:48 to go in period 2. And Garrett Pilon's got 8 in the WHL Playoffs. He converts a centering feed and makes it 3-2 Silvertips.
Well, I was mistaken. I thought that line needed to get off. They were looking a little leg weary, but they decided to make one more push with it. Chip and chase into the zone, and Sean Richards ends up coming up with the puck, and just a terrific battle that he won along the boards with his man, realizing he had some space. Some beautiful mitts to saucer one into the path of Pilon, moving towards the right circle, and he picks it up and made no mistake about it. Roofed it over the blocker of Day. Second of the night. Terrific from Garrett Pilon.
And the Tips regain the lead, one they had, but saw evaporate in the first 3:55 of period 2. Wiley up the right side. Pilon's relay. Fontaine's got speed. Into the offensive zone. Drop for Richards. His wrist shot knocked down. Christensen left side, thrown to the net. Save made by Day. And he hangs on with 1:26 to go in the second period. O'Coin cleared ahead for Sawchuk. Bumping one to the left side. Maxwell James drives it in and nails Fairbrother as well, left wing. These Americans have a lot of big bodies who don't mind contact. 21 seconds left here. Sutter ahead for Garrett Pilon. One man to beat. Into the zone. A feed to Sutter and chopped away by the Americans. Counterattack for Michael Rasmussen. Weaving his way into the Silvertip zone. Snapshot save made by Carter Hart. Rebound and behind the net. Wyatt Wiley up for Pilon, who's knocked down. Coughlin in front and just out of the reach of Rasmussen. And that will drain the clock for the second period. The Tips escaping a 2-goal comeback by Tri-City. and tack on a late one with Garrett Pilon getting his second goal of the game. And toward the end of 40 minutes here in Game 1 of the Western Conference Championship, the Silvertips on top of Tri-City 3-2.
More exciting WHL action still to come on WHL in 30.
It's been a great experience so far. I can't believe how fast it's gone by. For my player development, it's been crazy how far I've come since I was 16 years old. So I can't thank the WHL and the CHL enough for that.
Whether you're in Brandon, Prince George, Portland, or anywhere in between, you can take in WHL action up close and personal. Visit WHL.ca for complete ticketing information for all 22 WHL clubs.
I chose Western Hockey League because it was my dream growing up to play in this league. Being a player in the Western Hockey League, you get challenged every day. I think there's tremendous support from coaches to staff and trainers, equipment managers, scouts. I think regardless of who you talk to in the Western Hockey League, you're surrounded by a lot of really great people who want you to succeed, not only in hockey, but in life.
Welcome back to WHL in 30. The action continues in our feature game of the week.
Tri-City has been very dangerous, though, for the third period. They lead the postseason, by the way, with 20 goals and have a differential plus 11. So we're underway for the third period. Tips up by a goal, as now is bounced back in by Morgan Geekie, but offside Tri-City. Shots are 25-18 Silvertips. Getting 2 goals this evening so far by Garrett Pilon. This puck now dumped in by Kyle Olsen to the glove side corner of Carter Hart, and Kevin Davis wiped him out to the backboards. And to center ice, Fontaine left wing. Spun around by Rasmussen. Counter attack for Geekie. Chopped it up at center. Left wing Bykov brings it into the offensive zone. Centering attempters Fontaine and just shoves it wide. Now Fontaine drifting it back to the right side. What a pass. Cross ice Richards. Left circle curls toward the top and dropped it for Wiley. Cutting right side. His wrist shot is blocked by Topping. And now Tri-City brings it back in as Johnson lays it right circle out of the reach of Christensen and Yaremko, who now battle against the backboards. Johnson trying to free it. Tips control out of that scrum. Christensen using right glass. Works one ahead. Vasco Rudis into the offensive zone. Right side through one of the nets. Save made by Day. Vasco Rudis now from his stomach through one behind the net. And the puck, though, knocked away by Isaac Johnson. But what effort, though, by the first-year Silvertips forward out of Slovakia. Left side Richards. Chipped away by Valimaki. And ahead right side for Sawchuk. So Valimaki cutting left side. Silvertips zone to the corner. O'Coin centering toss is broken up by Fontaine. Tips counter attack. Fontaine through center. Into the offensive zone. Drop for Bykov. Moving in. Drop for Richards. And the slot fires. And a save made by Day. And got that one into the armpit. Return to the right circle. And Geekie twisting off of Andre Vala. Into the corner. The long reach takes care of Geekie. Twist off pressure again. Vala still going to work against the backboards. And now moves to his forehand. The Tips and their fans sensing battle, but a puck taken by Geekie. Centering for Jake Bean, who fires and just missed the net. 12 and a half to go. In regulation, a Silvertips lead is at 3-2. Mutala for Tri-City regrouping back into his own zone. Leads up the right side. Sawchuk lays it in to the blocker side corner of Carter Hart. Tips take over. Fairbrother to the right side. Now played by Sawchuk of Tri-City. To the back for Valimaki. Cutting left boards and escaping Vasco Rudis. Dropped it back for Sawchuk to Valimaki. Left circle. Curls off the forehand. Drawing pressure from Vasco Rudis. Valimaki hangs on. Coughed up to Bryce Kindoff. And forced back to center ice. Rolling puck to center. Tips reset with Gianni Fairbrother. Up the left side to Richards and bumped back to the Tri-City zone where it's taken now by Valimaki. Up the middle for Topping. Given away to Richards. And now right side, busts on by Yaremko. Richards' shot missed the net. And a rebound rolled by Richards to the right boards, Fontaine. A pass to the blue line, Bykov. Right circle, Wiley smacks it down low to Richards. Behind the net, centering attempt. Now shot to the net, save made by Day. As Bykov had that attempt, and now play by Richards, right corner again. Richards to Bykov. Behind the cage, centering attempt off the heel of his stick, and Jordan Topping clears it off the top of the glass and out of play. It was that close to delay of game. Mike Benton, Justin Morrison, Keith Black with you. We're in downtown Everett, third period with the Silvertips leading it 3-2. And Fontaine wins the faceoff right side, and Bykov steers to the blue line. And a shot by Fairbrother goes wide and shipped by Fontaine over far boards, but cleared by Topping in Tri-City. Right wing Yaremko stuffs it deep in the Silvertip zone. Cross contact with Fairbrother, and now right boards Johnson kept it in. Behind the net, Yaremko centering attempt. Knocked away by Fairbrother. To the blue line, Cotlin. One-timer and a save made by Hart. And got that one on the left pad. Fontaine and the Tips is center. Left wing Richards will spin it back in. He has had a very effective third period here with the Tips on top by 1. Tri-City moving back in. Right wing Johnson, wrist shot. Palm stick save by Carter Hart. Deflecting behind the net and taken by Wyatt Wiley. Pilon's got a pair of goals this evening. Dewar helping out with a marker. Riley Sutter's got 2 assists. This line has been dynamite this evening here in game 1. But a takeaway. Moving in. Geekie, wrist shot. Glove save by Carter Hart. 4.5 to go in the third period. And Carter Hart flashing leather on the bid by Geekie from between the circles. And keeps it a 3-2 Silvertips lead. A puck now to the side of the cage and forced toward the far corner is now Davis. Ahead for Connor Dewar. Clears the off boards, and now Pilon hustling Gattenby. Pilon's got 2 goals. Left side drives the net. Save made by Patrick Day. As he covers up off the glove side pad with 2:10 to go in period 3. They throw to center. Left wing for Rasmussen. Into the offensive zone. And a feed to the corner. Broken up with the Silvertips. And now Bykov gives it away. Here's Geekie, a shot up high. Save made by Carter Hart. Thrown cross ice, and the Tips take it away. Bykov to center. Right wing brings it into the offensive zone. 1:34 to go. We'll keep our eye on Patrick Day. In a 3-2 Silvertips lead. Sutter chiseling along the right board. Stuffs it in deep. That means more time coming off the clock. Coughlin to the far boards. Chip back to center. The fans chant, "Let's go Tips." Patrick Day's gone for a 6th skater. A shot by Geekie wide of the net from the right side. 1:13 to go, and Coughlin kept it in. Behind the net now for Geekie. Checked by Wyatt Wiley. Christensen jumping in. Rasmussen to the back for Valimaki. Cross ice Coughlin to Rasmussen. Top right circle. Chipped away by Connor Dewar. Christensen ahead for Dewar. Thrown to Garrett Pilon. He's got 2 goals. Right side Pilon for the hat trick. Off the side of the net. 49 seconds to go in regulation. Everyone on their feet in downtown Everett. 3-2 Silvertips in game 1. Valimaki ahead of Rasmussen. Left side. Fed one across out of the reach of Geekie. Kept in for the line but taken away. Dewar to center. Left side. Shifted ahead. Fontaine from center. Shoots wide. And now 25 seconds remain. Jordan Topping behind the Tri-City net. The Americans trying to get up ice in a hurry. They relay it in. Behind the net, Hart lets it go to Valla. 10 seconds left. To the far boards, Geekie, a shot save made. Rebound in front, just wide of Rasmussen. Near boards, Andre Valla kept in. Yaremko shoots wide. Right side, Coughlin fires. 2 wide. Time runs out. The Silvertips have won it. As hard stopping as it gets in the final seconds of regulation. What theater! And the Silvertips prevail in game 1. How sweet it is! 2 goals by Garrett Pilon. And the Tips take the opener in game 1 of the Western Conference Championship. 3-2 in a win over Tri-City. And the Silvertips lead the series 1-0.
We hope you enjoyed this playoff edition of WHL in 30. Tune in next week for more playoff action with all the key goals, hits, and saves. Follow WHL.ca for more information. The WHL in 30 has been brought to you by WHL TV.